EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for September 17th, 2024. It is Tuesday. The Tuesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated. Colder weather will be here before you know it, and it's time to start thinking about freshening up that family room for those Friday nights on the couch binging your favorite shows. Or how about turning that man cave into the colors of your favorite sports team? Let them help you with any interior project this coming winter. They are family owned and operated with over 40 years in business. You can't go wrong with their exceptional attention to detail and great customer service. Servicing the southeast PA counties of Montgomery, Bucks, and Chester. Call them now to schedule a free estimate at the phone number above me here in the video, 484-571-9233. Mention EPAWA to receive 15% off the total cost of any job that is scheduled between December and March of this coming winter. They are Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated, proud sponsor of the Tuesday video forecast. He mentions in the script there, colder weather will be here before you know it. We are now at a point in the year where there are no stations within our coverage area that have an average high of 80 degrees or above. We're now in the 70s for highs, and next month we get in October, we're going to be 60s, and it keeps going down from there. So it is heading in that direction, of course, and winter will be coming very soon. We have to get to fall first, which we're not quite there yet, technically. Meteorological fall, yes, but of course, you guys know I don't really honor that for this. It doesn't really pertain to this area specifically, or a reflection of our weather. I think once we get to the actual calendar fall, that will be a better representation of what fall is around here. So we're looking at this system coming in, and I'll tell you what, if you were one of those that did aeration overseed, like a lot of you do this time of year, and you're hoping that this system produced, you might be disappointed, I think. I think you'd be a little bit disappointed. And this is why we're trying to show the caveats, the pros and cons of this, and with the different model disagreement over the past several days, going all the way back to last week, just so you didn't make any rash decisions and hoping for the best. Because if you did that and you're waiting for the rain, you're going to keep on waiting, I think. You're going to have some, but it's not going to be enough for really aeration purposes of any lawns that's going to help. But there will be some areas getting at least some shower activity out of this, just not a whole lot. So we're going to take this opportunity to break down that timing of this and what we're expecting. This is the remnants. This is looking at later on Tuesday, the remnants of potential tropical cyclone number 8. It never got the designation of subtropical or tropical, and never was named. Okay, so therefore Helene, which is what it would have been, is still out there for the next one. Okay, this did make landfall, if you want to call it that, and it came in right down. Oops, get out of here. It actually made landfall down here in this area, right? And it's heading over in that general direction. This is still being called that this evening when I'm showing you the advisory map here, which is right here. Okay, that's the advisory map. It did make landfall at 5 o'clock Monday. Okay, so after that, it's just going to be a post-tropical depression. They just kind of meander. After that point, they discontinue the advisories because there's really nothing tropical about this anymore. It probably would have been a subtropical storm if they would have named it, but it never really gained that much organization in order to make that determination. At least they thought so. So they never did name it, and it still never became Helene in this case. So this is just going to kind of meander out here and fall apart. There was some tremendous amount of rain that were down, especially in the Wilmington Beach area, right in here. And that whole southeastern portion of North Carolina got smoked with rain. And I mean, some 15 inches or greater in some spots. And this is the thing with these tropical cyclones, or even if they're not tropical, if they're tropical of origin, everybody focuses on the category of the hurricane. It's a tropical storm, category 1, category 2. That's great for the wind speeds, okay? But the biggest threat with any of these landfalling systems is going to be the flooding rain or storm surge. Now, we don't have a lot of storm surges. It wasn't really a tremendous amount of wind with it, but we did have a tremendous amount of rain, and that's the biggest issue, is the flooding with any of these systems here. Now, unfortunately, since it is falling apart so quickly and it was never really strong, never really designated anything, it's going to fall apart pretty quickly. You see that here going through the overnight. Now, for our area, because this is so weak and there's high pressure still trying to nose in from the north here, there's ridging that's up over Hudson Bay is going to be kind of maintaining enough to keep this thing from coming into our region. There will be portions of our region that get into some showers on Wednesday. Okay, and then it looks like once we get to Wednesday evening overnight, it disappears. And there may be a backlash here on Friday when it tries to loop around down to the south and pushes to the south, because that ridge is pushing down to the south from Canada. It's going to be up or lower Hudson Bay and push down, and that's going to push everything southward. That's what this is doing. See, that pushes it right down, which is great news for the weekend. The weekend's going to be good. I think we have mostly cloudy skies with this little bugger in the vicinity here late week, and some areas getting showers on Fridays, mainly in our eastern areas, but mostly cloudy for most of the region through the end of the week. So that's going to be basically later today through Friday that we're going to have the mostly cloudy skies until this thing pushes off the south. Then we have more sun returning on Saturday and Sunday, and that's going to continue here on Monday. We think this thing's just going to lurk offshore, and then we're partly cloudy here on Sunday, Monday, Saturdays. Depending where you're at, it might be starting off a little cloudy early on and then becoming partly cloudy as that system pushes off to the south. So that's the general idea of what I'm about to show you on everything here. So the GFS is doing the same thing here. We're going to bring some showers up here on Wednesday, a little bit, not much. A little bit of shower activity here, and then Thursday's pretty much dry. We left an isolated shower in the forecast for Thursday, just like a CYA, but most areas are going to be dry here, it looks like, here on Thursday. Again, Friday, you get some wraparound as this comes around and moves to the south. Maybe parts of New Jersey gets into a shower here on Friday as a result of that. So elsewhere, we just left a stray shower chance in the forecast for Friday, and then the weekend is perfectly fine, both Saturday and Sunday, and to start early next week on Monday looks dry as well. So let's get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is a little bit more detailed, and we'll give you an idea of what the radar should look like. So this is Tuesday evening. You see the shower activity is south of Mason-Dixon. It's coming into southern Delaware at this point, southern New Jersey. That will start moving off to the north, but this is really light stuff, folks. This is nothing really that exciting. And once you we go further through the overnight and head toward the morning, we'll see some showers move northward. The highest concentration of this is actually going to be in here, we think, within our region anyway. There's going to be other areas further south that's outside of our EPAWA coverage area. But in this area, for our purposes, eastern Maryland, pretty much all of Delaware and southern New Jersey are going to get the brunt of this. There will be some showers that leak further north from there that come in toward daybreak here on Wednesday. And you see that going all the way through, but then it just falls apart and that's it. So most of Wednesday for many areas are just going to be just cloudy, but in these areas over here, in our eastern areas especially, we'll have the opportunity for some scattered showers in this area here on, most notably on Wednesday. I do think that's going to dissipate pretty quickly once we reach sunset, and then overnight we start to dry out a little bit. And again, I think Thursday right now is going to be a mostly dry day. When we get to Friday, we'll have some wraparound, but that's mostly going to be these areas right here east of there. Closest to that area low pressure is it's swinging back down south, forced south by that ridge starting to build back in for the weekend. So that's all we have, and it's not a lot of precipitation at all. If I do this as a total precipitation map here, just to give you an idea. Yes, these areas in the interior here are going to be like what rain? Okay, you might get a couple spits here and there that give you a hundredth of an inch, 200ths of an inch, a couple hundredths of an inch here, and that's it. Your highest concentration for the entire period going all the way through the overnight Thursday night is going to be highest along the shore points here. And these areas right in here, within our region, of course. These are getting, again, this is not our area. So, but they're going to get it too. With that dying area of low pressure, which is no longer a tropical origin, so it's just going to dissipate, right? So when this dissipates, there's going to be another low forming out here that's kind of a secondary low, sort of. You see that really weak reflection right here on Thursday, and that's what's going to come back and hit the eastern portions on Friday. So I think we're pretty covered on what to expect this week. Don't expect much of it in the interior locations. Our southeastern areas, we'll have to keep an eye on it for some steadier rainfall in those particular areas, especially the southern half of New Jersey, Delaware, eastern shore of Maryland. But we'll continue to follow that over the next couple days. I just don't want you to get excited if you're in one of those interior locations that I just showed up here and you aerated your lawn and overseeded and you're sitting here waiting for all this rain and it's not going to come. Just remember, I didn't tell you to do that. So if there's something coming that I can show you, give you a window of opportunity for that. I mean, remember, you can do aeration overseed all the way through October. It doesn't have to be right now, but there's going to be some more opportunities down the road. Just don't do it right now expecting that this rain is all of a sudden going to come into our region. Unless you live down here, you might be able to get away with that closer to the shore points. Again, this is down by, this is down here in Sussex County, Delaware, and closer to the shore points in New Jersey where the highest rain is. So if you live down there and you want to do that, knock yourself out. But now in here, northwest of I-95, don't get too excited and don't expect things to change here in the near term. If it does, I'll let you know, but I'm not expecting it. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for September 17th, 2024. Have a great Tuesday.